Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen, and this is Baseball Collector.
Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, Baseball Collector. It's Saturday and we're just going to do a little mail day today. Just a simple mail day, but man, I got some really great cards today and I'm so excited to show them. The first one, though, is not a mail day pack. Well, it's a mail day. I got it in the mail, but it's not something I bought on eBay or something like that. It is a awesome care package from my buddy Andy. He wrote me a nice note. He is nostalgic about baseball on YouTube. He said, Mike, hoping you don't have either of these items in your collection. Thanks for your support, bud. Keep up the great work on your channel. Well, thank you, Andy. Andy's a great guy. He's in the YouTube Sports Card Community Facebook group and does great content on his channel. I'll put a link down below. You can go check him out. You should go check him out. He does a whole lot of different stuff. And what he sent me was awesome. Two things. Number one, he sent me this great 1983 Donruss Hall of Fame. What are these? I just went blank. Hall of Fame Heroes baseball cards. And I've opened a box of these before. And so I love getting packs like this. I will keep this sucker sealed and maybe open it some other time. The other thing he sent me is just great. It's this awesome Panini Immaculate Buddy Bell autograph, which is great, number to 99 on card. Let me hold it up a little bit better. It's really hard to see these. Just Buddy Bell, again, one of my favorite players growing up. Andy obviously knew that, had this card and sent it to me. So what a great gesture. Again, I'm always blown away by the generosity that I see in this community and just people helping each other out and doing things for each other. It's just the coolest thing about this community. Next up is this card right here, and I'll explain it. So I've been doing a lot of these videos. By the way, thanks to everybody for watching. It's been watching my kind of who should be in the Hall of Fame, if Harold Baines is in then. And this card is a product of that because I started doing research on my pitchers. I'm going to do an episode on pitchers that should be in the Hall of Fame. And Jim Cott, man, the more I looked at his stuff, I'm shocked he's not in the Hall of Fame right now. I don't want to give away a whole lot of the numbers. I'll do that in my episode. But I think Jim Cott has a really good chance of getting in the Hall of Fame in a Veterans Committee vote at some point down the future. And his autographs are so insanely cheap. I mean, $5, certainly less than $10. You can get like this, an autograph like this, certified on card. Great autograph. So I just picked it up and I've got a few more coming. I picked up a few. I'm like, man, I really think he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. Another thing about my Hall of Fame videos is I need to apologize to Jeff Kent because I put him in with the Juicers. I put him in the Juicers episode, and as some people have correctly pointed out in the comments, Jeff Kent was never really involved in PED suspicion in terms of being involved in failing drug tests or anything like that. I thought he was in the Mitchell report. He was not. And so, you know, I put him in with those guys, and he doesn't belong with those guys. So, Mr. Kent, if you're watching, I apologize to you for including you with that group. But needless to say, I still think you should be in the Hall of Fame. And but there's my Jim Cott autograph. I got a couple more coming, like I said. Now we'll get on to some slabs. First one here is, again, based on some of the stuff I was doing for these Hall of Fame, who should be in the Hall of Fame. Manny Ramirez was obviously a fantastic player and should be in the Hall of Fame. But what I found out, or I realized that he's on the future Hall of Fame set registry, and I had not yet, I can't believe I didn't own this card. I didn't, And so I went out and I think for $9, I got a Mint 9 here. Manny Ramirez 1992 Bowman. The 92 Bowman is just so well known for the absolutely cheesy photographs that it took of the players. You've got Mariano Rivera, Chipper Jones, a bunch of guys in this set wearing like late 80s, early 90s cheesy clothing. And so you got Manny here wearing that nice green striped shirt. But a young Manny Ramirez absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Another addition to my future Hall of Fame set registry. The next two cards are also in the different set registries that I'm doing. This one here is just awesome. This is a Pie Trainer Hall of Famer for 1940 play ball in a 6.5, which is, for these cards, I mean, I'm taking anything from 3s to 5s, I think is like great. So to get a 6.5 in a card that I don't see come up very often, I look all the time for the cards that I need. I'm down to, I don't know, 6 or 7 cards that I need for this set to finish the Hall of Famer run. And this one came up. It was an auction, which was great. I love just doing auctions, and I ended up paying $135 for this, I think. But for this grade and this card, I'm thrilled to death. It's just a beautiful example of the Pie Trainer card. Just awesome for that set. I'm out of perfect fit sleeves, by the way. I ran out on this card, and I had to order some more today, so I did that this morning. All right, this last card is, I don't know what to say other than just awesome. And you're going to say, well, Mike, how can you get so excited about a VG3? Well, let me tell you, this is a 1954 Wilson Franks Gil Hodges. All right, what do I tell you about the Wilson Franks set other than it's incredibly difficult to find? These are beautiful cards. First of all, this card is in the top 300 cards by Mike Payne. This is my 219th card for that set. So unbelievable how much I can't believe I only need like 81 more cards, of which, again, probably only 20 of them are realistic for me to get. I'm not going to get a Wagner, and there's some others that are just, forget about it, crazy expensive. But this one was at least reasonable. It wasn't cheap. This one was $230 for a Gil Hodges card. But it's because these Wilson Franks cards are so rare. And Dave, Blue Jacket 66, who is our resident regional food expert sets, he would be very proud that I own this card. But the 1954 Wilson Franks was a 20-card set, and they were issued individually in hot dog packages in the Chicago area. So it was a very regional set. It's an incredibly condition-sensitive set because the cards were packaged inside packages of hot dogs, which, if you've ever opened a package of hot dogs, those aren't, it's amazing any of the cards survived. There's 6 Hall of Famers in the set. The Gil Hodges is not a Hall of Famer, but maybe will be someday. He's going to be in one of my videos about guys that should be in the Hall of Fame. But the two biggest cards in that set are, there's a Roy Campanella, which is also part of the top 300, and then there is a beautiful Ted Williams card that's in that set. And what's pretty cool is, just talking about it, I mean, it looks very similar to a 1954 Topps card. The design is incredibly similar to that. And what's just hilarious about these is you have this floating, package of hot dogs on the baseball card, which is just, I think, great. It's just really, really cool. The checklist is basically split of the 20 players evenly between the American and National League. And so finding these is just so difficult. And when I saw one that was on auction, it was Greg Moore's Cards, I think, was selling it, and it was an auction. I'm like, okay, I have a shot to try to win this. And because finding them, like you usually find them in buy it nows, and they're incredibly expensive. And so, but for a 3, this, I mean, looks really good. The centering's okay. There's a there's a faint white border around the entire card. There's no real creases in it. The corners are certainly got issues. It's the kind of staining and stuff that goes on this card due to, again, being in a hot dog package. Here's the back. Just a basic looking back with some statistics and little bio about the player, write-up about the player. And I would have thought these would have been printed by Topps just because the design is so similar to 54 Topps, but it's not, or at least not that I know of, and not in any of the research that I could find. So, man, I know I spent a lot talking about this card, but this is one of those, just, I'm so excited to add it to my collection, to get one of these. I'm really looking forward to trying to get the Roy Campanella, which is another top 300 card, like I said. So there you go, guys. That's my mail. I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon, and keep collecting.